So my career really began in counseling and working with students who needed a little bit of extra help and support and time. And we found that after school was the best time for some of that to happen. And from there, I just realized the opportunity that the after-school hours bring to the day for kids. I love that in after school, we can be so much more flexible and creative. We're not bound by standards and regulations. It's a much more flexible and fun, engaging environment for kids. The best AlphaBEST employees that I see, I think just genuinely live our core values. So they want to have fun. They want to be the best they can be, and they want to provide incredible experiences for kids. And they want to share that love for what they're doing with the kids and with the parents.
So welcome to AlphaBEST.
So welcome to AlphaBEST.
So welcome to AlphaBEST, where imagination and creativity.
Where imagination and creativity.
Where imagination and creativity
help shape the minds of future generations.
Where imagination and creativity help shape the mind.
Imagination and creativity
help shape the minds of future generations.
Where imagination and creativity help shape the minds of future generations.
So welcome to AlphaBEST, where imagination and creativity help shape the minds of future generations.
Congratulations on joining the AlphaBEST team. We're so happy to have you on board. Now that you're a part of the best after-school education program, we wanted to take a quick moment to show you what a typical AlphaBEST day looks like. Let's start with your arrival. It's important that you immediately stand out as an AlphaBEST employee, so students, parents, and school staff know who you are. Your uniform consists of the provided AlphaBEST staff shirt, pants, and a pair of closed-toe shoes. Make sure you arrive on time to ensure your explorers can be greeted the moment the school day ends. And always have your ID badge on, so the school staff understands you're allowed on the premises. We want to make sure you get paid for the time you spend shaping young minds, so don't forget to use AlphaBEST Time Management app to clock in when you arrive at your assigned site. Just grab an AlphaBEST tablet or use your personal smartphone, then open the app and follow the simple directions. So, how do we prepare for the program each day? Start by setting up the parent table. Here, parents can get information about the child's current activities, see important announcements, and more. Use a navy tablecloth with the AlphaBEST runner arranged vertically down the center of the table. This is where expedition logos are visible. You'll need to display the parent board as well. This way, parents can easily find information required by state licensing, as well as a tablet for checking their children in or out. Next, it's time to gather the day's supplies. Head to your site's dedicated storage area for AlphaBEST materials, gather the things you need for that day's activities, and arrange everything neatly to make sure the kids can get started right away. You'll also need to get your site's laundry baskets out so your explorers can safely store their personal belongings as they enjoy their after-school experience with us. The primary source of communication within the AlphaBEST program is walkie-talkies, and they're very important for student dismissal. The site director plugs them in for charging at the end of each shift, but always check them before students arrive to make sure each is charged for the day and working properly. And most importantly, you'll have to get the day's video-facilitated activities ready to go. And depending on your assigned site, this could be testing a monitor or a projector screen combination. Check your tablet to make sure the activities are accessible, and be sure it's ready to be shown to the explorers in your group. Now, let's talk about the most important part of your job, safety. Before your explorers arrive, double-check the school doors to make sure they're locked. This way, anyone who arrives must ring a doorbell to gain admittance. Never prop a door open for any reason. Every AlphaBEST guide must perform a head count at the start of each session, then again every 30 minutes, and after any transition until the last child is picked up. This ensures we always have an accurate understanding of the number of explorers in our charge. At the start of each AlphaBEST day, our guides go through their rosters to make sure everyone who normally attends is there. After the roster work is complete, use your group rosters to organize your explorers by grade level and to assign them to their designated classrooms or site areas. While using phones for AlphaBEST-related activities is wholly acceptable, all personal calls, texts, and use of apps are prohibited. Once program time begins, AlphaBEST guides are up and moving until the last child has gone home. We encourage you to refrain from sitting, as our explorers need to see the importance of mobility and feel engaged with you. The moment has finally come. Your explorers have arrived. Let's examine what your time with them looks like. First things first, call attendance to see which explorers are there, and use AlphaBEST's child tracking program to clock the students in. AlphaBEST uses a checks and balances system. The group leader counts each child, while the site director checks enrollment numbers in the tracking program. If a child did not arrive, there are 2 things our guides must do. First, contact the school office to verify the missing child's attendance that day. Second, if the child was in school but didn't arrive at our program, contact the parents or guardians immediately. If a parent or guardian can't be reached, start calling the emergency contacts on the child's enrollment form. It's time to get to the fun part, working with our explorers. Let's take a moment to talk about what interactions with the children at your site entail. Children thrive under a consistent schedule, so every day should follow the same structure. This will help your explorers easily move from one part of the day to the next without confusion or disappointment. Every site has its own designated schedule, so simply stick to yours. The best way to get children ready for the next phase of their day with you is to use an attention getter during transition time. These can be oral, visual, or auditory cues. Think of them as call and response techniques that confirm your explorers are ready to listen. When it's program time, it's important to set expectations with your explorers without making it sound like there's a potential for failure. Talk to them about the purpose of the day's program, set general parameters around what they need to do, but allow their creativity and imagination to go from there. You and your fellow guides will have to sort your explorers into appropriate groups. This should be done by age and the number of children to make sure the children-to-guide ratio falls within the licensing agreement at your assigned site. When speaking with your explorers, be sure to use a calm, clear voice so they feel comfortable in your presence. Whenever possible, add excitement to your tone to help get the kids pumped up for whatever is to come. If a child has to be spoken to regarding a disciplinary matter, follow the policies set forth by your assigned site. When it comes to discipline, maintain composure and calmly explain to the child why whatever happened shouldn't have, and discuss steps to make sure it doesn't happen again. One of the best moments of being an AlphaBEST guide is when you get to see the looks on your explorers' faces as they learn what the day's activities will entail. Start by making sure you have the day's plan pulled up on your tablet and have the video ready to go on the monitor. Then have the kids come over to watch. Once the video is done, quickly recap what they're doing and why they're doing it, then have them break out to their spaces. There are several dedicated courses or expeditions for your explorers to participate in each quarter, including STEM, where they use technology, math, and science, world languages and cultures to discover more about different people and countries, fitness and wellness to show them the value of taking care of their physical and emotional well-being, arts and entertainment to help broaden their minds, and maker stations, where they find unique ways to complete a variety of hands-on projects. After that, simply hand out the supplies for the day's program and let their imaginations guide them along the rest of the day's journey. Be sure to move about during the activity to support, encourage, and celebrate your explorers' efforts. If you see an explorer who looks like they need a hand, drop on by to see what you can do to get them moving forward. AlphaBEST encourages and supports the forming of clubs within the program, as long as they are inclusionary of anyone who wants to join. The clubs can be art, music, technology, whatever holds your explorers' greater interest. And if you have a unique talent you'd like to create a club around, just get it approved with your site manager. When the day is nearly over, parents or guardians will begin to show up to collect their children from your care. That's when the student dismissal protocol needs to be initiated. When the parent arrives to check their child out, they won't be able to just walk in. As an added safety measure, they'll have to ring a bell to notify AlphaBEST staff to come to the door. Once the parent is inside the school, take a moment to let them know how the day went and how their child or children did. Follow up any important information with a Remind app, a two-way communication system designed for educators and parents to easily relay information to each other. Before a parent or guardian leaves with a child, they must input their checkout code to mark their child's dismissal in the AlphaBEST system. As the explorers in your care start to leave, take time to do what you can to start prepping for the next day. This could be getting tomorrow's supplies in order, making note of any child whose parents told you they won't be there, etc. If you're ahead of the game and in a position to do so, feel free to send some staff members home as their responsibilities come to a close. Before you go home for the day, there are a few things that need your attention. Remember, AlphaBEST operates on school property, so it's absolutely necessary to leave our space in the same order in which we arrived. Start by breaking down the area to ensure everything is put where it belongs. All AlphaBEST supplies should be returned to their designated storage location, and all tablets and walkie-talkies should be stored in their proper place. We want to show the schools who trust us to operate on their premises that we respect their space, so cleaning comes next. Look for any stray supplies, pieces of artwork, or possessions left by students, and make sure it is all put away where it belongs. If your site offers before school care, keep in mind that there are a few differences in how things work, such as dismissing children directly into the school hallways. Be sure you speak with your site director to learn more. And that's a day in the life of an AlphaBEST employee. After your day is done, head on home, enjoy your evening, practice a little self-care, and think back on all the wonder and creativity you helped your explorers achieve. Thank you so much for joining the AlphaBEST team. We can't wait to see the way you guide our explorers as they revel in a constant sense of wonder.